YouTube. What's up, baby? We're back in this thing again with another review. This is Q's Insight. I am Callie, and today we're going to be talking about Antlers. So you already know how we do if you've been in this channel before. We started off with the premise, 3 favorite scenes, the grade, and then we're on to the next one, right? So, for the premise for this, pretty simple. Don't want to give too much away, but it's kind of hard to not without I guess I can, but I'll try to keep it as spoiler free as possible, but there's going to be spoilers in here, so hopefully you guys seen the movie. If not, just pause it, watch the movie, come back. But so for this movie, you basically have a young kid. His name is Lucas, and he had a situation that happens. So basically how it goes is that his father and his father's friend work in the mines, and not only do they work in the mines, but they're actually also producing drugs there. And what ends up happening is, in the very beginning, you see Lucas's dad and Lucas's dad's partner go into like the little factory that they have in the mines where they're making the drugs, and they end up hearing a noise. Now, Lucas's father and his friend go check out the noise. They end up getting attacked by something. We don't know what it is, but they end up getting attacked by something. Now, we don't know the fate just yet of Lucas's father's friend, but we know the fate of Lucas's father. Like, he gets attacked, and we end up finding out that he ends up getting sick from this, right? Now, Lucas also has a younger brother named Aiden, and Aiden was with his father while this happened, but he was like in a truck, so he wasn't in the mine as they got attacked. So from there, we see Lucas go on his everyday journey where he's going to school and but he's doing everything by himself. Now, he has a teacher named Julia, and she ends up noticing certain things that are red flags, as far as stuff bothering Lucas. He's not there, even though he's there, he's not there, like he's just kind of just focused on something, and you can tell something is bothering him. Now, we end up getting to the point where we see Lucas go home one day, and there's a door at his house upstairs that has a whole bunch of locks on it. Now, we end up finding out that behind this door is Lucas's father, as well as his little brother Aiden. And what it is that the father has definitely become sick at a rapid rate. Aiden, he's sick, but it's at a slower rate. So we end up finding out that Lucas every day is finding roadkill and feeding his father roadkill, and feeding Aiden regular food, because like I said, his sickness hasn't spread just yet. So we go further on into the movie, and we end up finding out that what Lucas's father had gotten attacked by is what the Native Americans call a Wendigo. Now, a Wendigo is a kind of a spirit, you can say, per se, or entity or demon, whatever you want to say. But their story is that one day there was a guy that was hungry in his tribe, and they were stuck in the snow or something like that, and he ended up having to turn to cannibalism. And when he did that, the spirit of the Wendigo was thrust upon him, so he was no longer human anymore. He turned into a beast, and that's how the Wendigo story goes, right? So for this, we find out, like I said, that his father got attacked by a Wendigo, and so he actually slowly turns into a Wendigo, right? And the son is slowly turning into a Wendigo as well. Um, and so you have Lucas, trying to save his father, trying to save his brother, and trying to live his life as best as he can. His mother's dead. And you have Lucas's, like, the teacher at the school, trying to figure out what's going on, trying to help Lucas the best way that she can, and trying to get rid of this Wendigo situation that they have going on. So that's it. I don't want to talk. I don't want to delve in too much. I just kind of want to give you a premise of it. So it's basically just a Wendigo spirit that attached itself to a certain somebody, and now this certain somebody is changing and morphing into a Wendigo, and then he's going to be going on a killing spree soon. So that's basically what the premise of the story is. So 3 of my favorite scenes from this movie. This may be a little out of order, but still, 3 of my favorite scenes from this movie would be when Lucas's principal comes to his house to figure out what's going on, and she gets attacked by the father. That was gruesome. That was crazy. That was brutal, bro. Like, God, she got it bad, right? Second favorite scene would be when the bully followed Lucas, and he was picking on Lucas in the forest, and we end up finding out that his father broke free from the house, and so he ends up basically eating the bully. That was a crazy scene as well. I'd say thirdly, would be, because there's not a whole lot of crazy scenes in this movie, but there's a few, and I just don't want to choose the wrong one per se. You know what I'm saying? So let me just think for a second. I'll say my third favorite scene is when basically the Wendigo gets taken out by Lucas's teacher. She goes head to head with it, stabs it with a pole a few times through the heart. You know what I'm saying? When it goes down, she goes with the knife, cuts out the Wendigo's heart, and it's weird because the heart is hot. Like, I don't know, it's like a circle. It's like a golden circle, and it's hot. It's weird. But yeah, those would be three of my favorite scenes. For the grade for this, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It was really a good movie. Like, the thing that I wish that they had more about it was more lore of the Wendigo. If we spent more time with the Wendigo, like seeing him attack more people, whatever it may have been, and also just wanting the movie to actually be longer. It felt pretty short, like, just because of the fact that, like, we're following Lucas and we're finding out what's going on, and as soon as we really know what's going on, and the characters know what's going on in the movie, it's like 30 minutes left. You know what I'm saying? So that put a little hinder on. It put like a little. I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't really want to mark it down. I don't want to say it's a bad movie, but like I said, it could have been longer. It could have been longer. I would have enjoyed another 30 minutes. If the movie was 2 hours, that would have been great, because you would have been able to, everything that I just said I wanted to be the movie could have been in there, and more so. but they did cover a lot. I do think that the Wendigo is a interesting entity. Um, and I felt like they did the Wendigo right. Like the way that it looks, it looks gruesome, bro. It looks crazy, man. And I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that if that was, to be real. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near it, bro. Um, but yeah, man, it definitely was a good movie. If you like horror films, definitely check this out. If you uh horror body films, definitely check it out. If you're interested in the Wendigos, like any, like stuff like that, check it out, bro, because it'll definitely be worth your time, man. But it was definitely a nice little movie, man. Like I said, I give it 8 out of 10. I would rewatch it again, but I don't feel like I will. But that's not to say that it's a bad movie. It's just certain movies when you watch it, you may watch it a few times. Certain movies you may only watch one time. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a bad movie at all. Like I suggest that you see it if you haven't. Um, but yeah, man, 8 out of 10. Antlers, good movie. Go see it if you haven't, man. Um, in the comments down below, if you've seen this movie, let me know what you guys thought about it. Do you guys think that the movie should have been longer? Do you like the way that the Wendigo looked? Do you like the way that the father's transformation into the Wendigo was looked? Would you like there to be an Antlers number 2? Because the way that it ends is kind of set up for Antlers number 2 if the movie had done well. I don't know exactly how well it did, but I would like to see Antlers 2 for sure. And see where they can go with it. Um, but yeah, let me know about that in the comments down below. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. As always, this is Q's Insight. I am Callie. Until next time.